Hi everybody, so I am just going to let you all start to log in. Hope everyone's feeling well. The minute you press broadcast on this, nerves kick in. But I'm really excited to talk to you all, so let's see how many of you are logging in. Oh my gosh, it's shot up 183 and rising. So I'm currently in my garden room and the wind is absolutely immense. So I'm hoping it's not going to be like the Wizard of Oz and I'm going to take off and fly away. So I will periodically as well, I will look through the questions. If I can open the questions box, I'll have to have a look at that shortly. So I'm just letting everyone log in and then we can get cracking. I've got a fabulous training today. So it was a real privilege to be asked by Forever to put together a training on planning your journey to supervisor. And I was sat there thinking, oh my gosh, this is absolutely massive. You know, supervisor covers everything. So it covers obviously your retail, it covers your recruitment, it covers your why, it covers goal setting, it covers leadership, it covers resilience. It covers literally the whole spectrum of building a business with Forever. So obviously I've got an hour's slot and I've got some gorgeous guest speakers with me as well, but what we'll do, this will team beautifully with all of the other training that you guys have had from Forever. So you've had all sorts of retail, C9 journey, C9 training, you've had great social media training, planning the first 90 days. So this will team beautifully. If you start to go through the recordings on Forever Knowledge, you can start to really build up an immense training base for yourself to really start to hit those positions that you're going for. So let's see where we are now, 328. Hopefully that'll keep climbing. I'd like to top the charts with the attendees. So for any of you who don't know me, my name's Claire Spencer and I started 11 years ago. So I have been around for quite a while, but still very current, hitting the top spots, achieving all of the different positions on the marketing plan, all the different incentives, Sapphire Manager. So I'm kind of equipped to be able to help you guys, and I've got a fabulous team who are absolutely buzzing. All of my speakers that are with me today have all achieved the supervisor position recently. So you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth, because me doing it 11 years ago, things have changed. So I wanted it to be super relevant to you now. So my history, childminding, I was in a place where I needed an extra income, just a part-time, you know, couple of £100 to keep us afloat. And I was looking at like bar work and waitressing work and things like that. But after looking after kids all day, every day, anyone listening to this in the current climate, when we're in lockdown, I know how all of you feel being stuck at home with your kids day in, day out, because that was my job. So imagine now going and do a bar work, like a whole shift in a restaurant or in a bar. That would have been absolutely a nightmare. So for me, it wasn't really an option. So it was a friend of mine, Tina, at the school gates, who said to me, why don't you just come and have a look at this? And I thought, oh, I don't know, I don't think it's for me. I was super unconfident, really nervous. And I just thought, okay, if I can earn £200 a month, then great, that will help us kind of tread water. And within 2 weeks, I did that, £200 per month. And I was like, well, within 2 weeks, £200 per 2 weeks. So I kept going. I kind of caught the bug. I listened to everything I was being taught. There are so many great leaders in Forever, so tap into all of those. And within 10 weeks, I was earning an extra £1,000 a month, which as a low earner, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, that made a huge difference to our family. And that is where I really thought, okay, I have got my hands on something incredible here. And I was able to walk away from childminding. Best day ever, being able to quit your job because you don't have to go back anymore. And I haven't looked back. So 4 years on, my husband finally joined me in the business after I overtook his income. He was working endless hours up and down the motorway as a contracts manager, and he just saw me having coffee with friends, as that was the way I earned my income. So he decided, right, let's do this together. And he thinks that's when it all exploded. So for the last 11 years, we've had a highly successful business, and we are living the life of dreams. So Forever can really change everything for you. You just got to stick at it. So I'm hoping my training today will help you guys on your own personal journeys. So why won't my slide change? There we go. So where it all started, this kind of might resonate with some of you. It might also resonate with some of the prospects that you're talking to as well. So for me, looking at Forever, I was a low earner. So childminding, childcare, the care industry, things like that. My income was dependent on other people. If the parents couldn't go to work, the first thing they dropped was the childminder. So some weeks or some months I would pick up maybe £300. Other months I might pick up maybe £1,000. So it was really unpredictable. So to plan life was really hard. Constantly treading water. A lot of people out there are living to their means. You know, we had more going out than we had coming in, so we were constantly in that state of stress where, you know, money was just a constant issue. It was a battle. If the washing machine broke, it was like, where are we going to get the money from to do that? If the car broke down, the kids, they were young, you know, they grow fast, these children, and we're always having to buy shoes and clothes. So for us, it was constant stress, but I always wore that fake smile. I was always at the school gates with all the little kids I was looking after, you know, wearing that smile, everything's fine. So a lot of people don't actually wear outwardly what's going on behind closed doors, but behind closed doors we were very unhappy. And I think a lot of people do, a lot of couples argue because of money worries. So I know Spence and I, our arguments when we were before Forever were purely based on stress because of our debt. So we were in debt massively, and we were paying debt. Well, we were paying for stuff with debt, with credit, creating more debt. So that, again, that was a massive stress. So we were never coming out of it. And then we did this thing, which is called a mortgage break. You might have heard of this because of all of the corona situation, companies offering mortgage breaks or payment breaks on anything that they're paying for. But when you kick back in to pay it, it is massively inflated. So we really struggled. We couldn't make our mortgage payments. My parents had to bail us out more than one time. And it just got to the point that was where we were. When I looked at Forever, it was either do this or lose our home. And again, with that, Spence was working long hours. I was working 6:30 in the morning till 8:30 at night. So we were ships passing, and he'd been diagnosed with testicular cancer, just to top it all off. So think about people as you're talking to them. You know, it might not be the big incomes that attract people. For me, you could have told me I could earn 10, 20 grand a month, and I'd have been like, yeah, all right, whatever. But Tina telling me, look, I can help you earn that £200 a month, that's what caught my vision. So my why in the early stages, I remember sitting down with her, trying to, you know, when you do your first goal setting planning, and I was just like, I don't really know what I want. I put fancy stuff down because I thought I should, but really my why was getting us out of that debt, that desperation. My fear drove me, and that fear, turning it into a positive to power me rather than crippling me, saw me get to supervisor within 8 weeks. So that's why I got there so quickly, not because of fancy stuff, not because I knew lots of people. When you're a childminder, nobody wants to hang around with you. It was that pure drive. Oh my God, I need to do this, otherwise we are going to lose everything. And that is what drove me. So I'm going to introduce now one of my fabulous ladies, Amanda. So she's an ex-Specsavers manager. So I've got my glasses on for you, Amanda, and mum of one gorgeous little girl. And she's going to share with you now how she used her why to drive her to supervisor, and how now she's at supervisor, actually the why has completely changed. Are you there, Amanda?
Hi, Claire. So hi, everyone. So good morning. So yeah, as Claire said, my name is Amanda Bevan. My background is, Specsavers. I was there for 12 years. I had Sophia, my little girl, and we had IVF for Sophia. So going back to work was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be that mum at home and spend more time with her. So basically this business come along, and I worked as much as I could when I got home from my part-time job, and I just put Sophia to bed and I worked my business. I gave up watching TV, some fitness and things like that, and I was able to put my time into my business. So I built up a good retail base, and it's just a small team then, and it allowed me to spend that time with Sophia, work it around Specsavers, but then I was able to leave my job and be that mum that I've always wanted to be. But just know that your why can change, just like mine. So mine lately has changed too, because we've just had my partner home for the last 6 weeks. He works a full-time job in a factory, which he doesn't like, and he does personal training in the evenings. So he's been able to give free sessions to people lately, and he's absolutely loved it. And I've really enjoyed him, you know, setting off his dream. So now my why has changed. It's to work my bum off and to be able to get him out of a job that he doesn't like and pursue his personal training. And I'm on track for another promotion soon. And yeah, I'm using Clive now as my why.
I love that. And we used Clive to train our butts as well, because while he was off, he was doing some group sessions online, and it was brilliant. The whole team were getting involved. It was fantastic. And Amanda's very coy about her going for a promotion. We have sat and we have planned out her 4-month to manager. So she's going to realise that dream over the summer months, which is really, really exciting. So I can't wait to see you achieve that. I know you can. You've got an amazing team who are all buzzing, and I think this is just the icing on the cake for you. So huge, well done.
Thank you, Claire.
Right then, so next up, don't overthink it, just listen and do. A lot of people really overthink the process, and it is so simple, but we get in our own way. So when you join Forever, you have a sponsor assigned to you. They're there to help you. If you don't have a sponsor anymore, look up, seek the next person up, because there should be somebody there to support you and help you. If you're struggling with that, how to contact them, who they are, just contact head office and they'll be able to do a little search for you and put you in contact with the person that you need to talk to. So you need to listen to them, tap into the trainings put in place. A lot of the teams now, they have team pages, there's team trainings, there's loads of things going on for you. But failing that, if you're struggling and there's nobody there to support you, Forever, the head office trainings are fantastic. I said at the beginning, team this with all of the other great trainings that have been put on for you, and you have literally everything in front of you. It's like a buffet table of training. You can tap into it all, and there's everything there to help you become successful. So the business cycle is really key to kind of get you on your starting your learning journey. That cycle is right there. So it goes around in a circle and it follow the arrows. So create your who do you know list. Your who do you know list is your database. So if you were a hairdresser, a nail tech, a window cleaner, a builder, whatever you are, you're going to have a database of people that can assist you within your business. And this is no different. So it can be family, friends, work colleagues, relatives, anybody. They might not join you, they might not buy from you, but they might refer someone to you. But unless you have them on your database, on your who do you know list, and you contact them, how are you going to know where they fit into your business? It might be nothing at all, but unless you ask, you will never know. So the key is to learn how to connect with people, learn how to have a conversation, build rapport, the art of networking, because once you have that ability, you can chit chat to anybody. So building that confidence will really help you. Learn how to explain the one-to-one. So the one-to-one is a fantastic presentation which glosses over what we do without all of the heavy CCs and internal technical talk. That's a really lovely thing to do. At the moment, we can use Zoom, we can use FaceTime, you can use Skype, you can use all sorts of different systems. But then also learn how to invite to a business presentation. The business presentation is the next step. This is where they find out exactly how it all works and they can make that informed decision. So learn how to get somebody started in the business. What happens when they say, yeah, let's get going? This is where you need to learn how to get people up and running and going. It's easy to recruit, but it's harder to get people moving through the marketing plan. So with your upline, learn how to do that really well, but use your why. When you heard from Amanda, use that why to really fuel you around that system. And the only difference between you and I is that I've been around that circle with lots of people thousands of times. So you just need to go around it. Some drop out, don't amount to anything. Some get a bit of the way through and then it peters off a little bit. And some go all the way round and then we take them with their prospects, with their team members around that cycle too. So how do you see the supervisor position? So talking to my team, a lot of them kind of see it as a bit of a stumbling block, a bit of a brick wall. Some people will write the rest of the month off and start a whole fresh 2 months. So don't see it like that. You know, you've got people potentially who can join you halfway through the month, or if you just decide now, you've got a few days left of the month, you could easily do 6 to 8 case credits if you go and put into practice everything I teach you now and what the other leaders have taught you on the trainings. So never write off, never hold back, go for it all of the time. So supervisor is that stepping stone. So you need to learn how to look past that kind of blockage and go for that goal as manager, so it won't become that stumbling block. And if you make manager your goal from day one, it might not be the money that appeals to you, but the prestige is amazing, but also it's a secure income. So if you've got that manager income coming in, why you joined for that couple of £100 per month will definitely be there, but you'll have extra, so you can do with it what you please. I've got a clicker and it's just not playing ball at all. So always look forward. So if you've been with Forever for a while and not really progressed past assistant supervisor or supervisor, don't beat yourself up. You can always draw a line in the sand, forget the past, you're just simply learning the business. You can move forward now with all of that knowledge you've gained. And the biggest thing that I've learned is never, ever, ever compare yourself to anyone else, because people have different networks, they have different friend groups, they've got different support at home, they have different amounts of time, they have different jobs, different everything within their life, different levels of confidence. So you simply can't compare yourself to anybody else because everyone is completely different, and you definitely can't compare yourself to what you see on social media. You see a glorified, edited version on social media of absolutely everybody. You don't see the heartache, the stress, the struggle that goes on behind it. You just see the good bits. So never compare yourself to anyone online. So I'm going to introduce now the lovely Jana, who's a mum of 2 and has a fantastic career within the sports industry. And she is classic in don't overthink it, just do it. I love her story because for any of you who haven't got that why, got that kind of why am I doing this, this is perfect. She's going to tell you how you just get on and do it. So Jana, do you want to go ahead?
Hi everyone, thanks Claire. I'm so excited to share my story because it's just kind of ordinary and it's not very dramatic. My journey wasn't the fastest and my why wasn't very strong, but that has changed and I think that's okay. I started with Forever over 2 years ago because I wanted something for myself. I was mum of 1 and 3-year-old and I was looking for something for myself, some support, community, and perhaps extra cash. I didn't get much of support from my husband, but that has changed. I'll tell you all about it. And maybe some of you might relate to that as well. So on my first day when I started, I wrote 2 words, success equals belief equals success, that way around. And I knew I'm following 40-year old proven plan. So I listened to training, I went to do stalls that I absolutely love, share the products, I've spoken to people about the opportunity. I was scared, I'm still scared, but that's okay, just pushing myself out of that comfort zone. I've done online parties, I went to the company events, experience packs, and I built that clientele business that I needed. I recruited a couple of people locally, and also I went global because I'm from Czech Republic originally. So I recruited my sister, and she worked the business there. Um, I wasn't for CC active straight away. It took me about 4 months, and this hard work, it took me about 9 months to get to supervisor. It was my hobby. It is still my hobby that I very much love, but I'm treating it as a business. I love the personal development. I'm touching the business every day, and I fell in love with coaching. And now I'm actually getting the approval from my partner as well. Well, it's so encouraging. In November last year, there was a wee twist where I started extra job as a nighttime care worker. Because we want to get a house, I want to get mortgage. I know I could work a little bit harder on my business, but it was just the way I went for. And now that is my why. It has changed because it is not a work I want to stick in. I know how hard it is, and I know exactly what to do. So I make a plan. I'm going to learn. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone, as I'm doing right now. I'm going to map out my CCs. I'm going to do more activities. I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm just going to contact as many people as possible and just do the do's. So not overthinking it and just going for it. So my next mark there is the manager, as it says, you know, thing of manager, and it's going to happen. You will hit supervisor, and we will just get there.
Absolutely fantastic. I love that. Just get on and do it. Really regimented. And that's it. Some people see things in completely different ways. I'm all about the kind of yay, fluffy, whoop whooping goals. And my husband really isn't. He's just like, right, I need to do this. I'm just going to get on and do it. We're so different, but we both work really well at our business using those different kinds of methods. So really excited to watch your journey, Anna. It's going to be really
Thank you.
amazing. Thank you so much. So what's next? Using retail to help your journey to supervisor. So the retail element is really important. So there's a few different methods that you can use to implement into your journey. So a lot of the things that I'm doing now are, well, everything is online. So booking a Zoom launch. I have done Zoom launches nearly every night of the week, this week, last week, and the week before. And it's great, no longer than 40 minutes really. A team member will get all of their friends to pop on online. We have a giggle. I tend to find actually that between sort of 3 and 10 people is really good on a Zoom launch, because everyone can then have their microphones open and it's not too overpowering. If you have more than that, you might have to start muting people. But it's really nice. I think people now, because of Corona, because we're all stuck indoors, have got really used to using Zoom, using technology. So even older generations are tapping into it really nicely. So book a Zoom launch. You could literally do one the next morning, like we would say, book a coffee launch. You could get a couple of friends for a virtual coffee, talk through some products. What about preparing for maybe a larger launch in a week or so's time? You can get a group of friends over. You could do different Zoom launches for different product ranges. So you could do like a generic what's in your box launch, you could do a C9 launch, you could do a skincare one, supplements, sports, male grooming. There are so many avenues you can go down. And if you just download the free Zoom app, you can have 40 minutes free, which is perfect. You don't have to buy a subscription or anything like that. So you could also, online launches, you could do a live event into your customer group. They can work really well. I'm currently organising a team shopping experience where we create an event and some of us are going to go live. Someone who's not as confident to go live will pre-record a video. Some people who don't want to speak at all are going to share a post and some information on that post. So there's going to be excuse me, lots of different mediums that you can use online to build your launches up. So average launch, I'd say, is between 1 to 3 case credits. All depends on, you know, how people are feeling flush at the moment and how many people you get engaged with. What about the C9 in Fit program? Lots of people have been treating lockdown a little bit like an all-inclusive holiday, eating and drinking, especially when the sun's out. So a lot of people are starting to get concerned about emerging back out. A lot of people want to look like a butterfly, but they're probably currently looking like a bit of a stumpy moth at the moment. So the C9 in Fit program is perfect to be able to show people how they can get healthy, feel fitter, maybe lose a bit of weight. So it's a great way to get people on board with that. So show your team member how that works. So a lot of teams have got a C9 support group. If you haven't, set one up. Talk crossline to other different teams as well. But it's perfect if you have a little group where customers can go in, you can share meal ideas, you can share, I know Debbie's done a training with Louise, all different things you can share, fitness ideas, how it all works. So you can get all of this information from forever, so you can create your own little hub. And each C9 sale is worth about 0.4 cc. So you're looking at potentially, if they bought one and then retailed 3, then you're looking at 1.6 cc. And then general retail, just generic chatting to people. A lot of people are going back to work now, so take some products in your handbag or your man bag. So you've got jelly, heat lotion, propolis, those kind of things. When we get the sanitizer back, you can take that with you as well. But I think if you have antibacterial wipes and you're chatting to people who you kind of know, I think it's absolutely fine to be able to share products with them. Just take the precautions, keeping everything nice and clean. But you can chat to people online as well. So I'm talking to people in groups. So it might be whatever group I'm involved in. It could be, if anyone's following me on social media, you know that I'm mad about painting at the moment. So I'm in loads of different DIY groups, home improvement groups, and I'm becoming friends with a lot of those people. They look at it, everyone's nosy, so they look at my profile and they can see what I do. So I have people messaging me and asking me about products. So again, be really active on your social media, talking to lots of people. So general retail could be between 1 to 2 case credits, you know, and as your customer group builds, then that will start to get more and more, so you can build up to that regular 4 cc. Experience packs. So the jury's out at the moment with experience packs just because of the current climate, but I think these are great for your team as well. So they're great for kind of maximizing results. So if you have somebody that you know, I wouldn't start blasting out on social media, but someone you know that might want to try your products for a few days, you can organize to get them to them. So again, make sure that you follow all of the steps, take care, take precautions, but experience packs can work really well for somebody to try your products out for a few days, just to really get a sense of how they feel, how they work. I know lots of my team, if they've done Zoom launches, people have asked about the propolis cream or the jelly, things like that, and they've been ordering the little sample sachets and sending those in the post. So again, those kind of things can work as well. So keep it nice, keep it close to your network, and you can, if you've got a couple of these sample packs going out a couple of times a week, you could be bringing in an extra 1 to 2 case credits just through getting people trying your products out with you. And personal use, don't line the pockets of other companies. You need to use these products yourselves. So reinvest back in your business. So you can try something new, try a clean 9, try a product you haven't tried before, but make sure you're brushing your teeth with the tooth gel, you're wearing the Forever deodorant, you're washing your hair in the shampoo, you're using the hand soap to wash yourself with. These basic products are there for you, but are you drinking aloe vera? Are you using the shakes? Are you using the supplements? The whole thing is there for you. The MPD is an amazing cleaner. So we as a family get through easily 2 to 3 case credits just in what we all use. If you're on your own, you might get through maybe half a case credit just in general kind of usage yourself. So make sure you're not missing out that. But again, as you're using them, you can be taking selfies, putting on your social media. People like to see you using the product rather than generic stock images. So if you kind of round all of that up and recap, that could be anything from 5 to 10.5 cc's. Imagine if you did that every single month, that's coming into your business, and that could grow because you're going to get more and more customers, and they're going to potentially refer you on to other people. So are you doing all of these individual activities to ensure you've got that volume coming through? So Nicola, I'm going to introduce now, who is fantastic. She's just hit supervisor. So she was recognised by Bob yesterday, which is really, really lovely. And you're wearing the same necklace. That's brilliant. I just noticed I was wearing the same dress in my picture. But Nicola cares for both of her parents, and she's currently working for the Met Police, but also smashing it in Forever. So Nicola, I want everyone to hear about your journey.
Oh, thank you very much, Claire, for inviting me. And hi to everyone who's watching. My name's Nicola. I'm married to David of 28 years. We have 2 sons that live at home, and I'm obviously my mum and dad's carers as well. They only live next door to me, so I'm at 24 hours. Like 24 hours, they need me, I'm there for them. I knew it was going to be my year this year because I became 50 in March. So I'm just going to talk to you for the next 3 to 4 minutes how I became supervisor. Firstly, I always envisioned it. I knew it was going to happen. I had a positive mindset, and when you want something, you really work for it. And I really worked hard last month. I didn't stop. I never said I might or I could. I always said I will. So I've got 3 tips to give you, to share with you, everyone. I want to give you the 3 tips that I know will help you. This is what helped me. Number 1, you use a product yourself. You can't sell something if you don't use it yourself. And if you're using it yourself, you're learning from the product, and by using it, you're a role model. So I have a lot of people watching me on Facebook and social media. So they watch what I do every day. I tell them, I talk to everybody I speak to about things. So number 2, it's all about the marketing, which I just obviously just spoke about a little bit as well. For me, it was social media. I use Facebook, Instagram. I've just learned how to do the music on Instagram, actually, which is really good. I love that now. And Snapchat. I've only just learned that as well. So at 50 years old, I'm a pro at this now, which is really good. I'm really proud of myself. My son's taught me how to use it, and from there, I got better and better with it. This is where I made all my sales. I do Facebook Lives, I do giveaways, Instagram stories, and I'm constantly communicating with all my customers online, so they don't feel neglected. Even the people that actually just buy the lip balm, it's £3, 9p. So I speak to them daily and how they're getting on, if they want to share it. It's all about the communicating, really. So I ask my customers to take pictures for me, and I ask them to share it online. And that means that that their friends can actually see what they're buying, and then they will ask them what it is and where do you get it from, and then that creates a bigger market for me. So with the giveaways, it brings customers in, I get new people in, and it's fun, and it doesn't look like a freebie, but it does look like a freebie, sorry. I love a freebie, so I don't know if you all like freebies as well, but I know I do. My final tip is to be passionate about it. People will believe in you and buy from you. I love my products and I enjoy using them. They are natural and don't harm your body. So everyone knows my favourite product is a plain drinking gel. I love it. The whole family drink it, even my dad, who's 82. I'm that passionate about it. My boys tell me to stop sitting on my phone all day, even though I remind them that I'm networking. They don't believe me, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use the C9 as an example for my retailing, and that's how it got to me to supervisor. I roughly sold about 15. They're not cheap, and that's why I'm proud of myself. I taught myself everything that you had to learn about the C9, and it was all about the benefits. So I used it myself. I did a 9-day cleanse and constantly shared my daily routine over social media. I talked about it to my work, my family and friends. And they probably got fed up with me, so they're the people that blocked me, but hey ho, if they like me, they will listen to me. As I said, it's all about exposure. Just be yourself, be you, and be natural. And thank you for listening, and thank you for having me on here, Claire.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. And the slide's incorrect. This was using retail to hit supervisor, and you absolutely smashed it. It's been beautiful watching your journey, and I know it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing because you're also recruiting as well. Yeah,
it's brilliant. It's been a really good year. I knew it's going to be this year. I said I was going to do it. I was plodding along doing 4 CCs, And I thought, no, I want bigger and better.
So you did that, what I said earlier, you drew a line in the sand and you went for it.
I did, yeah. And I've got plans. I'm going to be assistant supervisor soon, assistant manager soon. I'm going to be up there. I've got my goal board set up. I used to just plod along, really. I was quite happy doing 4CCs. I didn't really have a goal board. I started it and never really finished it, but it's all done now. And I just know where I'm going to go. So
you can tell there's so much drive and determination in your voice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You
you.
guys are all so inspiring. So you can relax now. Well done.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, understanding supervisor. Supervisor, again, from day one, think manager, because you've got to think, what do I need to do to achieve manager? I need a team. So supervisor helps you build that team. So to do supervisor, you need to do 25 case credits over any 2 consecutive months. So yeah, retailers can get to supervisor, but you got to get that larger bonus, that 38% profit margin, but you lose out on that team leading bonus, because once you've got a team, forever pay you a coaching wage to teach and support that team, and that's 3% of whatever turnover they've done, but that comes from Forever's profits. So they're paying you to teach, which is amazing. So having those team members in place will help you get to supervisor a lot easier than you trying to do it on your own. If you imagine you have 3 team members and you and each of those 3 are focusing on that 4CC discipline, using the products, sharing the products, potentially recruiting themselves, that's 16 case credits in 1 month. Now you get 2 months. If you did the same again with no growth, that's still 32. So you've hit that 25, and once you're there, you can never slip back down, but then your whole world opens up. And this is where that supervisor income starts to kick in, because it's not just only your personal retail, it is by helping others, influencing others, inspiring others, and just helping them, offering that holding hand, plus your recruitment bonus grows as well. So it's a really lovely place to be. So the best way to revisit your who do you know list to contact them is simply say, so this is if you've messed up, okay? I can't see you, but you can virtually put your hands up. Who's completely messed up on prospects? They've not gone anywhere. You think, oh my gosh, why did I say that? Or you sent a spammy message. We all do it. We've all done it at the beginning of our journeys. So the best way to go back to them who you think you've screwed up with is just say sorry. I've messaged people and I've said, oh my God, I just had to say I'm so sorry. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? Why are you sorry? Remember when I contacted you about my business? I was so excited. I was like an excited idiot, and they'll probably agree, but that breaks the ice. So they'll, you both have a bit of a laugh about it, but then what you simply say is, I completely understand what I've got my hands on now, and I'm doing great, and I just wanted to give you the opportunity to take another look. Now I've got over myself and I've calmed down. Let's grab a phone chat or a virtual coffee, or should we grab a Skype or a FaceTime or a WhatsApp? And you never know, it might be the right time for you, or you might know someone I can help. So use the, I'm sorry, I was a little bit annoying when I started my journey. I promise you it works so, so well. So a lot of you might be on here who've been maybe an assistant supervisor, or you want to rebuild a supervisor. You maybe even hire and kind of your business isn't where it wants to be. So to easily overcome the length of time that you've been at a certain level or at the business, don't be embarrassed. I've simply coached my team to use this sentence to say, I've spent the last however many weeks, months or years developing a fantastic retail business with some great regular customers. Now I'm ready to build a team and coach others to do the same. And I'm on track to achieve a management position over the coming months or this year, and I'm very excited. Now, you are not lying at all. This is the truth. You are on track. If you've got your head in the game, you are on that track. It doesn't matter where you are on that track. And it's a nice way of saying, you know what, I focused on one area, now I'm ready to change. And once I started to reassure my longer standing team with that, it opened up a whole new category of prospects for them, because they weren't embarrassed anymore. They weren't holding back because they hadn't achieved what they set out to. So it's a really nice way of saying, when somebody says to you, what level are you, or how much are you earning? Not a lot of people actually do that, but if they do, you can use this to overcome that hurdle that you've kind of maybe built up in your head. So when you are prospecting, it is definitely quality over quantity, especially if you're sending messages out now. Obviously, a lot of things are online now, so I don't really want anyone spamming with 20 people a day with a copy and paste message, which is just, people are just going to ignore, and it's going to annoy them. So instead, why don't we learn the art of conversation? Send a personal message, have a unique chat with a friend, ask how they are, how their day's been, grow rapport within that conversation. And when you show interest in someone, if someone says to you, how's the kids, how's the job, how's life, how's this, naturally the human response is to say, oh, and how's things with you? And that's your open, where you can simply say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because. And I'd rather you chatted to just 5 people with really great quality message than just spamming 20, 30, 50 people with a generic message that probably won't get you very far. So really think about, network marketing is about making friends. It is about learning to communicate with people. It is not how many people you can message in under an hour. So the phone is a fantastic tool. Now, I think it's sometimes left out, and it's all too easy to just message and then maybe send a recording or get them along to a recorded business presentation or a live one. I think now more than ever, we need to be picking up that phone, because your excitement will come through. When someone hears the passion in your voice, you can hear the passion in my voice because I'm excited about training you guys on how to get to supervisor. You can hear that. Whereas written text can be completely taken out of context. Have you ever had a message and you've read that and gone, are they being arsey? Or are they being sarcastic? Or, oh, they're being lovely? You don't know how that person intended for that message to be read. You read it in the mood that you're in. So you lose all of that by picking up the phone when people can hear how excited you are. And you know what? I think even now more than ever, people, if they hear somebody who's excited, they haven't got much excitement going on in their life at the moment, they will buy into that massively, because people just want to be passionate about something, excited about something, have something new to get all their senses around. So use a sense of urgency to heighten the interest. I'm just dashing out the door, but I'd love to grab a chat with you. I'm expanding my business with other mums or other sports professionals or other beauticians. Remember, do your profiling, look at who you're going to be talking to. This is part of that rapport building. Can we book in a chat? Because you might know just one person I can help. So tailor that invite to that person. So really start to look at who you're going to talk to. And again, social media is brilliant for that because it gives you a wealth of information. So recruit, recruit, recruit. Find those 5 key people, and that's going to give you between 2 to 6 people. So start thinking now, right, who can I share this opportunity with? Who can I start to talk to? So if you start adding that onto your retailing, so if you've got retail and recruitment added together monthly, that could be between 7 and 16.5 case credits. And what is 7 to 16.5 case credits? It is base month for supervisor. So you have got that in the bag. Just imagine how amazing that will feel, because you know you're just going to do the same next month, but you're going to have people with you who are going to duplicate that too, and that is where it gets exciting. So we have the amazing Janine. So Janine is a mum of 2, and she runs a transport business, which she's done for the last 17 years, and she used recruitment as a main factor with helping her grow her supervisor business. So Janine, are you there?
I am. Hi, Claire.
Hiya. So yeah, we'd love to hear your story.
Thank you for inviting me to join you. So my name is Janine Price, and I live in South Wales with my husband and 2 children. Before starting a family, I was a training officer for Sainsbury's. I loved my job, but it involved lots of travelling, and this no longer suited me when I became a mum. So to enable me to work more flexible hours, me and my husband started a transport business which was great initially. It allowed me to be the mum that I wanted to be at the school gates and sports days and Christmas concerts. But eventually it started to take up more of our time, and it started taking a toll on my health. So for 20 years, I suffered with a chronic skin condition, and I've also got autoimmune disease. So a few years ago, I was exhausted, and we booked a last minute holiday. And on that holiday, I met a lady called Kelly, and she told me about her home-based business and aloe vera products. So I loved the sound of the products, and I had a great result using them. So I joined for a discount. I had no intentions of building another business, as I thought I was too busy. But what I soon learned was that I could fit it in the nooks and crannies around my already busy schedule. So fast forward a few years, and I'm on track to reach the bigger incomes, and I've enjoyed some of the travel incentives. I've been to Dallas and Stockholm with the company, and I am excited about the future. But my journey to supervisor, so with no sales experience at all, I started retailing products after having a great result myself. And I live in a small community where everyone pretty much knows everyone, and I just let people know what I was doing and started to get some customers and then some referrals. I always asked for feedback from customers, and I shared this in my Facebook customer group, and this showed other people's enjoying the products too, and getting good results using them. A few customers then wanted to do what I was doing and join my team for a discount and also to earn an extra income, so began to build a team. So reaching supervisor for me was with a small team of 3 people and just a few of us doing a little retail, which added up over 2 months to reach supervisor. And as soon as you've got one team member, you're a leader. So I started to plug into all the training and attended events, and I shared what I was doing, and my confidence grew. And I started to let more people know about the business opportunity and what I was doing. As I was feeling much better in myself, my health had improved a lot from using the products. I started my fitness journey from couch potato, and I started sharing this too on social media. And people started asking me what I was doing, because I'd gone from being quite unfit to much fitter and healthier. And it was a slow process, but people were obviously noticing there was a big difference in me, and could I recommend them products. So I grew a really good retail business there of people using products regularly. I also realised that if I could do this with no sales experience, I could show other people how to do it regardless of background. And I also compliantly shared my story about my skin condition, which absolutely scared me. And that connected me with lots of other people suffering the same. And now I get tagged regularly in posts, as everyone knows what I do and my story. So a top tip from me is to have your favourite products and be a product of those products and simply talk to people. So thank you, Claire, for inviting me to share my story.
That was absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited for you because it's going to be a really, really great journey. So,
thank you.
Huge well done. So oh my gosh, the time is running away with us, so now to rattle through. So thanks, Janine. Okay, next up, becoming a leader. So all you need to do really to get your kind of leadership going, helping people, is to have the first steps to manager. This planning manual has been designed, and it is a comprehensive guide for your new team member, but also to help you keep them on track. So you can get them from foreverliving.com supervisorlevel.com, come in packs of 5. You can also get them via online as well, so they can be used on Skype and Zoom, and I do that a lot now. So the team member will have their First Steps to Manager with them at home. I'll have mine in front of me, but we'll also have the slides on the screen, so it's really nice and easy to refer to them. Ideally, this should start within the first kind of week of a new team member's business, but Claire Massey did an amazing training for the first 90 days, so make sure you tap into that and catch that on Forever Knowledge. But until you're confident, ask your upline to help you with planning meetings. You know, that's what they're there for. You, just because you've maybe qualified as supervisor or you've got a team member, doesn't mean that suddenly you have to do everything with them and for them. It's still a learning curve for you, so don't be scared to ask for help. And it's quite nice actually, because it shows prospects and your team member that you don't have to know everything. I dumb down all the time. I play dumb just so people realize you don't have to memorize everything. My Zoom launches, so I've done launches for 11 years. I know what each product does and I can do it with my eyes closed, but I always have my cards with me. I will always sit there and hold them up because I want people to say, oh, that's how she does it, that's fine. So again, every step of the way, use help, use what's available to you to show people how it's done. So simply help 3 to 5 other people do exactly what you've been doing and you will become a supervisor. So do the work. I'm just trying to close my screen down a little bit. There we go. Do the work and show others how you did it. And that's how you become a leader, by showing people. So great leaders start off as great followers. I wasn't born into Forever knowing everything. It has taken a long time for me to learn from different people within the business, from my uplines, to learn how to get really good at what I'm doing. And it's taken years to craft that. Just because you've got a small team doesn't mean you're suddenly an expert. So remember, take that advice as much as you can. And I still even now have to ask for advice from my uplines. So never think that you're the finished product at all. So Caroline is amazing. She is a nurse. She has been nursing for 19 years within the NHS. She's a community nurse at the moment, and she built her business as a single mum around little Jake. He is the cutest thing ever. He often joins all of our meetings, our catch-ups, our plannings, our launches. And I really want Caroline to share with you how she's stepped up to become a leader and how she's guided her team to enable those 25 case credits to be born. So are you there, Caroline?
Hello.
I've got you. So yeah, share with everyone your journey.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you, and hello to everybody who's watching on the webinar today, whether it's live or by recording. So like Claire said, I've been working in the NHS now, so it'll be coming up to 19 years this September. So I'm very, very part-time since having my little boy 2.5 years ago. So I just want to take the next few minutes just talking about becoming a leader and how that can help you, and certainly helped me get to that next level, which was supervisor. So I achieved supervisor in April this year, so I'm extremely new to the supervisor level. But I can honestly say I had the best 2 months ever. We created a lot of excitement within the team, which I think is really important. And I totally believe that's because I changed my mindset into that of a leader. So the minute you recruit your first team member, you automatically become a leader. And that can be quite scary, but it can also be really exciting as well. So, however, I do believe that the fun, the excitement and the magic happens when your team grows bigger and bigger. And that's what happened to me this year, in fact, in March. So in March, my team started to grow and I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. So on my goal board, which is just behind me by the cooker, it's got Supervisor April 2020. So you know what, these goal boards are amazing and do actually work, law of attraction and all that. So I thought, let's go for it. You know, let's all go for it. And I say all because it was a team effort. You know, I couldn't have got to supervisor without my amazing team behind me. So it's definitely a team recognition, supervisor, and my team are amazing. They really are. I shared with my team that I was going for promotion, and that created momentum in the business, and it created amazing excitement as well. So what I did was I set up a weekly Zoom meeting, 20 minutes once a week on Zoom with all my team, and we shared the activities that we were going to do for the week. And it was just a catch up, and it was really good, and I think the team appreciated that as well. What I also did was I set up a WhatsApp group page, so we could have daily contact as a team. We shared good news, if we got a new gel customer, if we sold a clean 9, any questions, any ideas that people had regarding retail or recruitment, we could catch up and daily on the WhatsApp group, and that worked really, really well, and still does to this day now, so I'm keeping that open. The other thing I did as a leader was I set up a Clean 9 WhatsApp group page. So I know we have amazing Facebook pages for the Clean 9 and supporting and the Fit 15, but I wanted to create an intimate small group as well. So all my team are admins, and they add their customers in for daily support and spurring each other on, and that's worked really well as well. And we had an amazing April with the Clean 9s. As a leader, I often recognise my team on their achievements, and it doesn't matter how small the achievements are, I'm always recognising them on team pages, on Facebook in general. And they appreciate that because it gives them confidence and it motivates them. And it's just nice to be recognised. Everyone wants to be recognised. So to bring this all together, a leader needs to lead from the front, and Claire's already mentioned that. Your team should want to follow you. Create excitement in your team. There's nothing more exciting, and it also brings in positivity as well. So, but I think the main thing is learn from each other. I don't know everything. Like Claire said, I still have to go and ask, and actually I'm learning things from my own team as well, which is amazing. But the one tip I've got is be interested in your team and their goals as well. So thank you so much, Claire, for asking me to come on, and thanks for everyone for listening.
It's been such a joy watching you grow with your business and grow with your confidence and as a person. And you know what, a lot of people would use being a single mum, having no support locally, as an excuse. You work a lot as a nurse as well, but you've kind of just realised this is the situation I'm in, and if I want to better it, I just need to pick those pockets of time.
Absolutely, and you know, Jake could easily be my excuse not to do it, but he, like you said, he comes on the Zoom meetings, he does my online launches with me, and he's actually Peppa Pig's babysitting at the moment, but you know, he's been amazing. He just lets me get on with it, so the fear's not there now about being a single mom and this business not working for me.
Well, that's it. And for anybody watching who has got young children, don't worry if they're noisy in the background or they come into shot or anything, because it just shows this is a business that we work around our families, with our families, and it makes us human. We're not, as soon as you start Forever, you're not suddenly this slick salesperson who's got this amazing office and showroom and things like that. That's not it. We're just at home doing our thing, aren't we? Definitely. Thank you so much, Caroline. Fabulous. Okay, so we are wrapping up nicely now. So you now need to think big. You now need to think about helping other people. So look at those people that you can work with and help them build Supervisor. You've got all of this activity to help you get that base month, then duplicate and help you get that qualifying month for Supervisor. Who in your network do you know who would really value £200, £300, £400, £500 per month? Start to share the opportunity with them. And as I said, around that cycle, some will disappear, some will get part way through, but the ones that click in, look at them. What would you like out of Forever? If they just want a small retail income, don't force upon them going for Supervisor. Find the ones who really want it. So you're going to have many different types of people within your team. But if you think about 5, go for those 5 key people, work with them, nourish them and nurture them to move up to that supervisor position. If you've got all of that activity going on and all of those case credits, you could start to look at doing over 120 CCs over 2 months or 150 over 4 months. And that will help you build that manager business. And once you hit manager, everything opens up for you. You know, you can go for the trips, the qualify for traveling the world with Forever. You can qualify as an Eagle manager. You can, the global rally, you can qualify for chairman's bonus. You can qualify for Forever to Drive. You can go for the incentives. So 50 club, 75 club, 100 club. You can go for those on your way anyway, but if you're hitting them, you're going to hit manager too. So everything really does open up. And I do believe that your journey from assistant supervisor through to manager is your apprenticeship. It's where you do your learning, you know what works, what doesn't work, how you work best. And at that point, once you're at manager, you kind of know your thing. As I said, I still have help now, but that's when your business really starts for me. So what I want to do now is introduce you to our final speaker, Julia. Julia is just superb. So we always joke that Julia, I didn't recruit her myself, I've kind of inherited her, but she would have been on my chicken list because she was a ex-corporate director. I was a childminder. That person was alien to me, super scary, but she is the loveliest person on the planet. So please, 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 if you have someone on your chicken list, please talk to them, because they tend to, well, they always turn out to be the best people to work with and a massive contributor into our team as well. She brings that great kind of corporate spin on things as well, which is amazing. So Julia, she's mum to her gorgeous daughter Amber as well, and she's going to share with you how she's catapulting herself from supervisor up to the manager position by using that supervisor as a base. Are you there, Julia?
I am here. Can you hear me all right?
Man, go for it.
Thank you, Claire, and hi everyone. And I really hope you're enjoying the training and you're getting something from it. So I'm going to talk to you about why becoming a manager in the business is so important. As Claire said, my name is Julia Barr and I was a commercial director, and prior to that I was an area bank manager. And I love my job. I love the challenges that gave to me. The one thing I didn't love was working 60 to 70 hours a week. I had my daughter and somebody else was raising her. And I'd got to a point where I thought, even if I went somewhere else to work, I'm going to end up doing the same job with the same amount of hours. And that's when Forever found me. And it's been amazing. So within 8 weeks of starting my Forever journey, I became a supervisor, which was fantastic. And I still have my team from when I first started and my customers, and that's grown over the years. However, things for us as a family changed drastically when health-wise my husband wasn't very well. So manager wasn't a priority for me. And now, a few weeks ago, that has changed again completely. So as you know, we're all in a global pandemic. And in the UK, GCSEs were cancelled for our young adults. And my daughter Amber, who is now 15, she would have been doing her GCSEs. So I just wanted to make sure she was all right. And I sat down and I talked to her. And she said, Mom, you've always taught me, if you can't change something, don't worry about it. She said, the only influence I've got is on my future. She said, on my future goals. And college is her next step, and then university. And she said to me, now, Mom, a couple of years ago, you told me when I go to university, you're going to pay for my university fees. And I sort of like just sat there and thought, oh my goodness. And she said, you've never let me down on anything. And that's really given us as a family a major focus on manager. Working in corporate areas, I couldn't have gone into my boss and said, I need £1,000 pay rise a month. Oh, and I'd like a bonus as well. I would have got laughed out of the office. And it just suddenly reminded me of this phenomenal opportunity that we've all got. Forever will pay you what you're willing to work. For my daughter and for my husband, I am willing to do everything, but my why changed because I want to make sure she achieves her goals, because that's what I've taught her, is you can achieve anything you want, and we all can. So my biggest tip would be basically just do it. Once you know what your why of why you're doing it, put the actions in place. And it's just doing exactly the same as what we've done to get to supervisor, just on a bigger scale. You're helping more people and you're showing them the duplication of the business, and you're helping more people. So you're taking them around the cycle all of the time. So just show what you're going to do, make yourself accountable. That's what I've done. I've made myself accountable, and I'm telling all of you, I will be a manager within 4 months, because my daughter needs me to do that. I need to do that. My husband needs me to do that. And the people I'm working with need me to do that. What is it going to give you as a family? Really look at it and think, how is this going to sort of like, as a family, is this going to impact us? So for me, it's paying my daughter's university fees. And then just have absolute belief you can do it, because you can. So I wish you all the best, and I cannot wait to celebrate with all of you, all of your achievements, and I will hand back to Claire.
Amazing. You can see why Julia is just such a big, vibrant part of the team, and have the best hair as well.
Thank you.
Hair envy. So thank you so much, Julia. Right then, so we are at the end of our training. Congratulations, this is the start of your journey. So use supervisor as your stepping stone. Manager is where your whole world will change. But even if you don't want to get to manager, or you don't believe you can, use it to bypass that supervisor stage, and you will literally use it as a stepping stone, and you will be there, and you will have a beautiful team around you. You'll have some great retail as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can look at the questions. Aha, I can see them now. So I had to come out of my screen. So let me have a little look. So I'm going to try and answer as many questions as possible that I can do with my knowledge. So are the trainings to the open or subscription part of Forever Knowledge? I don't know the technical side of that, so I would contact head office and they can guide you where you can find all of that information. Am I able to get this presentation later on? Yes, you will. It will be on Forever Knowledge for you. One to Yana. Lovely to see Yana. She always smiles and encourages everyone at our Scottish Success Days. Congratulations. So that was lovely. What do you say to people to invite them to a Zoom launch? Do you go straight to mention the business / products? I don't want to put people off with this. I would just simply say, I'm getting some friends together. We're going to chat through some amazing products, and if you want to buy stuff you can, but if you don't worry, it'll be a nice giggle. When you come on, bring a coffee or bring a glass of wine or bring your gin, and just keep it really relaxed, just like what we would do having a launch with friends in your lounge or in your garden in the summer. So just keep it really nice and relaxed, and that's all I do, and we tend to get a nice group of people on. If it's not for them, it's not for them, but unless you ask, you don't know. Michelle, I've had great results from offering other products to existing customers who are receiving products anyway. Perfect. Always upsell, offer something. If someone's using, let's say, the mask, offer the scrub so they can scrub and then mask. So that's a great way to increase your retail. What do you say when people ask how much profit you've made? Again, go back to what I was saying. You know, I would just simply say, do you know what? The profit I'm making at the moment is paying for trips out. It's paying for clearing my debt. It's paying for a part of my shopping bill. So you don't have to say a figure. I would just literally say, my profit is enabling me to do this. And that can be just as powerful. Okay, let me see. Just reading through. Okay, this is somebody saying, joined during COVID, find it difficult to what comes naturally chatting to people. Oh, it's jumped around a bit. I don't like social media and I'm not confident using it. Is there a way during lockdown to build? Is this the only way, sorry, during lockdown to build? I did 4 CCs in my first month. That's amazing. And you joined in April, getting there and love the products. Again, it's just finding a way to be able to communicate with people. So if you don't like social media, pick up the phone, send a message, send a text, an email. So are you back at work? Or can you socially distance, meet somebody in a park 2 meters away, chat about your business, chat about your products? So there's always a way around. Not a lot of people do love social media. They use it to build the business, but if you're really against it, there are definitely other ways. So I would start to seek out how you can get in front of people. Okay. Lots of love coming to us all as well. Lots of love to you, Caroline. Lots of love to everyone. Just scrolling through. So sorry if this is really boring for you. Love your enthusiasm, brilliant. What live streaming app are you using for product launch? It is this one. I use Zoom because the team can then duplicate that because it's free, but you can use you can group FaceTime, you can WhatsApp, there's loads of different things that you can do. So just start to have a play around with what's available. I don't really know what other live streaming things there are. There are loads on the market, so use what's best for you. Okay. There's so many things coming through. I might have to end this shortly, and Bed Office might have to. Okay. Someone's got their daughter is their strong why. That's fantastic. Sheila's saying thank you to all of my lovely speakers. They were absolutely amazing. I think we're just getting lots of thank yous now. So I'm really, really pleased that this has really helped you. Oh, we've got some fellow Sapphire managers living in Spain who are on. Thank you so much. And they found this inspirational. This is amazing. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've answered a lot of your questions that I can. Thank you so much for listening to us. I hope it's been of relevance, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of the other great trainings that the leaders do. Thank you to my beautiful presenters, Amanda Bevan, Jana Petri, Nicola Highland, Janine Price, Caroline Osborne, and Julia Barr. You are simply amazing, and I know they'll all be managers in no time at all. Thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.